The NPA says it will not be drawn into the row between Mak Maharaj and the Mail and Guardian, and a factory worker has been killed and another critically injured after a swarm of bees attacked them in Germiston. Ambusisiwa Khadebe with the latest news update. The National Prosecuting Authority says it will not be drawn into the row between President Jacob Zuma's spokesperson, Mak Maharaj, and the weekly newspaper, The Mail and Guardian. On Friday, the newspaper pulled a front-page article about Maharaj allegedly coming under scrutiny from prosecutors over his role in the multi-billion rand arms deal. Maharaj says the newspaper obtained the documents illegally. The NPA has confirmed that disclosing evidence gathered in camera is a criminal offense. President Jacob Zuma has called on religious leaders to join government in eradicating poverty and inequality. Zuma last night paid tribute to the outgoing presiding bishop of the Methodist Church in Southern Africa, Ivan Abrahams, in Johannesburg. Abrahams is leaving the country to take up his new position as Secretary General of the Methodist World Council in North Carolina in the U.S. Zuma has praised Abrahams for his contribution to the battle against injustice, racism and xenophobia. Zuma has called on the church to be as involved in responding to the country's current developmental challenges as it was in fighting against apartheid. He's urged the religious community to help in fighting crime, promoting quality education, health and rural development.
We face inequality and poverty in our society. There are divisions between the rich and poor, the empowered and marginalized, the haves and have-nots. We urge the faith-based sector to work with us in managing and finally eradicating these divisions and inequality in our country.
Sugarcane fields and roads have been flooded along KwaZulu-Natal's north coast in the Palito-Tinley Manor north of Durban as heavy rains continue. Water levels in rivers below road and railway bridges are rising sharply. The heavy rains in the province started on Thursday. The downpour has caused widespread damage in areas in the north of the province as well as in Durban and surrounding areas. The eThekwini municipality mayor, James Nxumalo, says municipal and emergency officials have been deployed to assess the situation and provide emergency relief to people affected by last night's storm.
What we have done is that we have actually decided to deploy some of our officials from housing and from disaster management who are actually working with the councillors on the ground to provide what we call the emergency assistance.
And lastly, a factory worker has been killed and another critically injured after a swarm of bees attacked them at a warehouse in Germiston on Gauteng's East Rand. Netcare 911 spokesperson Jeffrey Wicks says a swarm of bees passed through the factory complex and stung one man repeatedly. Wicks says the man's colleague rushed to his aid. Paramedics arrived at the scene to find that the swarm had moved off. Wicks says the man who was the initial focus of the swarm sustained nearly 1,000 stings. He died before paramedics arrived. The man who attempted to save his colleague from the swarm was taken to a nearby hospital. Catch the latest news anytime here on Newsbreak, Option 1.